You're up and running, and then we'll call the case.
Is this one you're talking about? Yeah, right below that.
All right, this formally called the matter State versus Ellis, case number 241100884. Counsel, thank you for that brief meeting in chambers. Before we got started, it sounds like both parties are ready to proceed forward. Mr. Wattalby, please call your first witness.
The state would call Detective Joseph Nordine.
Okay, board detective will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm under the laws of the state of Utah on penalty of perjury that the testimony given in this matter today will be true and correct, so help you God? Thank you. You have a seat there.
May I begin, Your Honor?
Yes, please. Sorry, I was just trying to turn the heat down. It
Oh, you're
feels a
good.
little warm.
Detective Nordine, will you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is Joseph Nordine. The last name is spelled Nordin.
And what's your occupation?
I'm a detective with the American Fork Police Department.
And how long have you been a detective?
I've been a detective for 3 years.
And how long have you been a police
Just a
officer?
sec. Could you pull the mic a little hard?
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
And how long have you been a police officer?
I've been a police officer for 6 years.
And were you working on or about July 12th, 2024?
Yes, I was.
And for what agency were you working?
American Fork Police Department.
And did you get called out to a resident that night?
Yes, I did.
And where was that?
There's the residence located at 114 South, 920 East in American Fork.
Is that in Utah County?
Yes, it is.
And why were you called out there?
I was informed by my sergeant at the time, Sergeant Lunt, that there was a death involving multiple shot wounds.
Okay, and so what time did you arrive?
About 11 p.m., I believe.
And what did you see when you first arrived?
When I first arrived, I observed a lot of police officers in front of the residence. The residence was taped off, and my Sergeant Lunt, and my Lieutenant Ford were standing outside getting briefed by patrol officers.
And were you giving any duties at that time?
Yes, I made contact with Sergeant Lunt, who requested that I construct an affidavit to see if we could get a search warrant to search the residence.
And did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And was that approved?
Yes, it was.
And what did you do next?
Next, I met with Sergeant Lunt, informed him of the search warrant. I then entered the scene with a few other detectives and did a preliminary walkthrough of the residence to see what was going on.
And what did you see when you entered the residence?
When I entered the residence in the front room, I observed several empty shell casings on the floor. I then observed a deceased body in the hallway. I observed a firearm on the counter in the kitchen, along with a knife.
Let's talk about that firearm for a second. Do you know if that was sent to the crime lab?
Yes, it was.
And why did you send it to the crime lab?
We sent to the crime lab to do the standard firearm testing on it, as well as to test for fetch DNA to see if there's any DNA on the firearm.
Okay, the state would like to admit what's marked as State's Exhibit 126.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
Yeah, they all have copies.
And you know what the DNA result on that firearm was?
Yes.
And what was the result?
It indicated that Kevin Ellis's DNA was on the firearm.
Okay. Did it rule out anybody else in the household?
I don't recall.
Okay. And then what did you do next?
Next, I walked through the basement area of the residence. And then I went upstairs to the upstairs area and walked through that area.
And when you went upstairs, did you find anything of evidentiary value?
Yes, I did.
What did you find?
I found a rolled up dollar bill on a nightstand in a bedroom. When I unrolled it, I found a white powdery substance on that dollar bill.
Did you field test it?
Yes, it did.
And what was the result of that field test?
It indicated a positive result for cocaine.
Okay, and were you able to determine whose bedroom that was?
Yes, it was.
And how did you do that?
I located Kevin Ellis's California ID on the nightstand next to the dollar bill.
Okay, and what about, tell me about what else about the room indicated that it belonged to Kevin Ellis?
There was clothing that appeared to belong to an adult male, and other personal effects that appeared to be Kevin's.
Okay, did it look like anybody else had been living in that room?
No, it did not.
And do you see Kevin Ellis here in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Can you point to him and identify something he's wearing?
Yep, he's sitting right there. He's wearing a gray shirt, gray tie.
For the court note for the record, he's identified defendant.
So noted, thank you.
Did you ever find the defendant's cell phone?
Yes, I did.
And where did you find that?
That was also on the nightstand in that bedroom.
Did you ever ask the defendant to take any kind of drug test?
I didn't personally ask him. I was informed that he consented to a blood and urine test. So I was tasked with collecting urine. And so I entered the interview room that he was in and confirmed that he consented to a urine test. And he told me that he did.
Do you know if he took a blood test?
Yes, he did take a blood test.
And do you know if that blood test was sent to the lab?
Yes, it was.
State would like to admit exhibits 125, toxicology report.
Any objection?
No objection.
Exhibit 124 submitted.
And have you seen that copy of that toxicology report?
Yes, I have.
And do you know what the result was on that?
Yes, it indicated a positive result for cocaine, or the metabolite of cocaine.
Okay, and what about any other controlled substances?
I don't believe that indicated any positive result for any other controlled substances.
Did it indicate any negative results for other controlled substances? Do you have a copy of that? I could show you a copy of that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. No, there is no other positive results.
But it was tested for other drugs, correct?
As standard, yeah.
Okay, what kind of other
tests.
drugs was he tested for?
They did the standard DUI drug screen, which is your basic street drugs, methamphetamine, heroin, that sort of thing.
And he was negative for all of those.
Correct.
Okay, and do you have any training or experience with cocaine?
Yes, I do.
What kind of training experience do you have?
I'm one of the Utah DRE drug recognition expert. So I went through a drug recognition expert course with the state of Utah.
And what kind of drug is cocaine?
Cocaine is a CNS stimulant.
And what does that mean?
It means that when a person takes cocaine, it increases a lot of their pulse, their heart rate, their temperature, that sort of thing. It increases everything in the body.
Okay. Okay, and then after you you found those things, what did you do next?
After I found those things, I informed Sergeant Lieutenant 4 of my findings. At that time, it was decided that the Utah State Crime Lab would come out and conduct a thorough scan of the residents and also process the residents. So I exited along with most of the detectives, and I went back to the police department to assist in any way I could over there.
Okay, and do you know on that night of July 11th, 2024, were any like cell phones or laptops or anything taken from the residents or from any of the individuals in that house?
Yes, there's a cell phone in Kevin Ellis's room that was collected, as well as Catherine Restelli, we collected her cell phone.
Is that all that was taken as far as electronic equipment at that time?
At that time, yes.
Okay, and did you get a warrant for Catherine's cell phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And have you been able to go through that cell phone?
Yes.
And did you do that? When did you go through that cell phone?
I believe it was the day after on the 13th.
Okay. I'd like to admit State's Exhibit 88.
The objection.
No objection, sorry, Judge.
Thank you.
Can I post that up on the screen, Your Honor?
No, that's paper.
Oh, it's paper.
Yeah, it's a paper exhibit.
Is that paper?
Okay, do you have State's Exhibit 88 in front of you?
Yes, I do.
And do you recognize what these are?
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
This is a text message conversation between Catherine Restelli and Matthew Restelli.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What exhibit number is it? Okay, if I can draw your attention to the first page, can I have you describe what the bottom of the text is and what time that was and who that's between?
Yeah, so on July 11th, 2024, a text message was sent from Catherine Restelli to Matthew Restelli.
Okay, what does it say?
The contents read, it would be $550 rental, $550 deposit, and $300 gas.
Okay. And if I could have you turn to the next page and read read the rest of the text on that page.
So there was a image sent from Matthew Restelli to Catherine Restelli on July 11th, 2024 at 10:15 a.m. The next is a text message is sent from Matthew Restelli to Catherine Restelli's cell phone on July 11th, 2024 at 10:59 a.m.
What
And
does that
it
look like?
reads, tomorrow Enterprise, 385 Main Street, American Fork, Toyota Corolla, 200 deposit, 182.33 rental is reserved. Pay in person with a debit card at 8 a.m. All paperwork must be Kate.
And then going forward, if you could just say who the text is out, who sent the text to who, and then just the text itself, if that works.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So Catherine replies, cool. Matthew sends Catherine an image. Then Matthew texts Catherine $600 in your account. And Catherine replies, thank you.
Okay. And then if I could have you skip the next 4 pages. If you could turn to the page that starts, Are the Kids Asleep? And if you could just state the date and time and then start with Are the Kids Asleep, but then go from there down.
So on July 11th, 2024 at 9:45 a.m., Matthew
Is
texts,
that AM or PM?
sorry, PM. Matthew texts Catherine, are the kids asleep? I wish them sweet dreams. Would like to say goodnight to you on the phone with a smiley face. Catherine replies, still fell asleep early. He's eating cereal. I'll call you soon. Matthew replies, sweet. Catherine texts Matthew again at 10:12 p.m. She says goodnight. Matthew replies, goodnight, sweetie.
Okay, if you can keep reading on to the next page.
So Catherine replied to that with a smiley face. And then Matthew texts Catherine, I love you. And then Matt texts Catherine an image. Catherine replied, I love you too, with an exclamation point. And then on July 12th, 2024, the next day at 7:12 a.m., Catherine texts Matt, good morning, getting up and getting moving, excited for today.
And what does Matt text back?
Matt texts back, I'm over the moon. Can't wait to hug and kiss you all, with several different emojis.
Okay, and that was at 7:12. That was 7:12:24 at 7:37 a.m.
Correct, 7/12/2024 at 7:37 a.m.
Okay, and then if I could just have you skip to skip the next page and then start with the text on your way.
So 7/12/2024 at 9:39 a.m. Catherine texts Matt, on your way, with a question mark. Matt replies, getting starter. Matt also says, leaving at 10. Catherine replies, cool, drive safely. And then Catherine sent another text message later at 11:52 a.m. saying, calling to check on you.
Okay, and then we will have you skip the next page and then start on leaving prim.
On when?
Leaving prim. Or maybe, yeah. It's near the bottom, if you could start there. And what time is that at?
So 7/12/2024 at 3:53 p.m. Matthew texts Catherine, leaving prim. Catherine replies, sweet.
And go ahead and read the rest of the text.
Catherine sent Matthew an image. Matthew texts Catherine, cool. Catherine sent Matthew another image. And then Matthew texts Catherine at 6:16 p.m. on 7/12/2024. Alan told me it's out and Highway 79 is back open.
Let me stop you there. Do you know what that conversation's about or what was going on that time?
Yes, so they were communicating about a wildfire that was in the area of California that they live. And so that text message is referring to the fire being out and the highway opening back up.
Okay, go ahead.
Catherine replies, awesome. Matthew says, later at 8:08 p.m., when I get there, we should put down cardboard under the truck full of oil drips. And then he says another text message which says, as we load. Catherine replies, okay, I'll get some ready. And then at 8:59 p.m., Catherine texts Matt a hash symbol with the numbers 2308.
And do you know what that number means?
Yes, so that's the gate code to the gated community where Tracy Griss's residence was located.
Okay, and what's the last text that Catherine sends, Matt?
So the last text is on 7/12/2024 at 9:05 p.m. and Catherine sends Matthew an image.
Okay, and I'd like to admit States Exhibit 89.
The objection, Mr. No objections.
And what is that an image of that she sent him?
Oh, I needed to show that one.
What's that?
I need to show.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I don't have it on here, but I believe that.
It'll should pop up.
Okay.
Oh, it's because it's published exhibit. I mean, it's.
Oh, you don't have that one?
No, I do. I just needed to see.
We don't have the copy.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and is that the very last text they have between them?
Between the two of them, yes, that's correct.
And why was this text? Why were these text messages of any evidentiary value to you at the time?
They were of evidentiary value because it was conflicting with what Catherine had told detectives the night of. She was telling detectives that she was unsure what Matt was going to do when he arrived, that he was very agitated, that he was coming out just to have a conversation with her, and that she didn't know what he was going to do when he got there. These text messages show that there was coordination between the two, that he was on his way out. They were saying, I love you to each other. He definitely didn't seem agitated based off of the text messages.
Okay. I'd like to turn your attention now to State's Exhibit number 90. And State would move to omit State's Exhibit 90.
No objection. Thank you.
And do you recognize what these are?
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
This is a text message conversation between Catherine Restelli and an individual that's listed in her phone as Chris Wolnick.
Okay, and if I could have you start reading, give me the date and time, but then start with how did your attorney meeting go?
So on 7/11/2024, 5:47 p.m., Chris texted Catherine, "How did your attorney meeting go?" Catherine replied, "Honestly, I'm fucked." Chris replied, "How so?" Catherine replied, "Just dumb CA law, ... I just feel hopeless." And Chris replied, "So you have to say in CA, huh?" And then he also says, "What are you going to do?" And Catherine replies, "I don't know, !" I'm still trying to process it all.
And if you could keep reading on to the next page.
Chris replies, "How ironic, we were both in bad spots." Chris also texts, "So you can't leave state, huh? Matt probably knows and made it, so you're screwed." Catherine replies, "Yeah, it sucks. I'm so sorry about you and Chloe."
And if I could admit State's Exhibit 91, do you recognize what State's Exhibit 91 is? State would move to admit State's Exhibit 91.
Any objection, Mr. Williams? No objection. Thank you.
You recognize what State Exhibit 91 is?
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
This is a text message conversation between Catherine Restelli and an individual on her phone listed as Jack.
Okay, and if I could have you start again on what happened with attorney in the date and time.
So 7/11/2024 at 4:34 p.m. Jack texts Catherine, "What happened with attorney?" Catherine replied, "It doesn't look good, ... And Jack then says, "Can you talk?"
And on to the next page.
Catherine replies, "I'm still processing that it sucks." Jack says, "Oh no." Catherine texts Jack, I just have to stall to establish residency, ... He expects me to be driving home tomorrow, ... He reserved a car." Jack replies, "OMG, I'm so sorry. Do you think he will drive there if you don't come home?" Catherine replied, "The lawyer said I'm in a tough spot." Jack says, "What excuse will you use? What about restraining order?" Catherine replies, "I don't know if he will drive out, period."
And on to the next page.
Jack texts Catherine, "Call me when you have time." Catherine replied, "It's hard to get. I'm making the kids some food. I'll try to call you in a little bit."
Okay, and then let's skip the next page and then start with the "Are you okay?" Give me the date and time.
So on 7/12/2024 at 5:37 p.m., Jack texts Catherine, "Are you okay?" Catherine replies, "Not really." Jack responds, "Can you text?" Catherine responds, "In a minute." Jack replies, "K." Then on 7/12/2024 at 5:40 p.m., Catherine texts Jack, "Matt just called me." On the phone with him, ... He just found out. Jack replies, "Forward progress stopped. Alma husband there."
Okay, and what do you think they're talking about when she says Matt just found out?
I believe that was a conversation that Catherine had with Matthew, that she wouldn't be renting a car from American Fork to be driving back to California.
No, do you think, does it relate at all to the fire? If you can remember based on the time and the date.
I believe, yeah, you're correct. I believe they're talking about the fire there.
Okay, if we could just keep reading to kind of confirm that, go ahead.
Okay, so on 7/12/2024, Jack texts Catherine, Val Lake is 1 mile from head of fire. So much smoke. Catherine replies, Lucas is heading to the house. Jack responds, he won't be able to get through. Call me when you're done with Matt. And Catherine replies, okay, we'll figure it out. Yeah, so they were referring to the fire. That was my mistake.
Okay. And go ahead and read the bottom text and when that was occurred.
7/12/2024 at 10:04 p.m. Jack texts Catherine, is he there yet?
And what's the last text on the next page?
Catherine responds soon at 10:04 p.m. on 7/12/2024.
And why were these text conversations between Jack and Chris, why were they relevant to your investigation or?
They were relevant to our investigation because I believe it showed Catherine's state of mind. She tells Chris that she feels fucked. She doesn't know what's going to happen with Matthew and the kids. She's texting Jack that the attorney meeting didn't go well. She doesn't know what she's going to do. And I believe she says that she feels hopeless as well.
Did at any point did Catherine state that she was even considering going back to California? Neither of those texts.
It did not appear that way, no.
Okay. I'd like to turn your attention to State's Exhibit 92. State would move to admit State's Exhibit 92.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
Okay, and what is this exhibit?
This is a Facebook group message between Tracy Grist, Catherine Restelli, Carolyn Fisher, and Rachel Jorgensen.
Okay, and if I could just have you read the I had a date last night portion.
Yeah, so on 7/9/2024 at 10:39 p.m., Catherine texted the group, I had a date last night.
Okay.
And then you want me to continue reading?
No, that's okay. Okay, so after going through Catherine's phone, what did you decide to do with your investigation at that point?
So at that point, it looked like there was conflicting things going on between what was on Catherine's phone and what Catherine told detectives at the police department the night of. So we decided to pursue the investigation further. I was able to secure a search warrant to search Tracy Grist's phone, Rachel Jorgensen's phone, as well as collect some iPads that belonged to Catherine that were still at the residence.
And do you recall what date you were able to collect those devices?
It was, I don't recall the exact date. It was several days after the incident.
Okay. I'd like to turn your attention to State's Exhibit 93, and the state would move to admit to State Exhibit 93.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you. So admitted.
Do you recognize what that is? Picture of?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is a text message conversation between Catherine Restelli and Tracy Grist. Tracy is listed in Catherine's phone as Mama, but I was able to confirm that cell phone number was Tracy Grist's cell phone number at the time.
Okay, and I'd like you to start on the date of January 13th of 2024. Could you start and read that text conversation between those two?
Yeah, so on January 13th, 2024, at 4:32 p.m., Catherine texts Tracy. At this point, I don't know if Matt will be going to Disney. We've been fighting so much, I want out. Then she also texts, can I call back in just a little bit? Tracy responds, sure, I miss you. And then Catherine texts Tracy, I can't recover it. And then Tracy responds, you can. Just say what you need to. Catherine replies, no, Mom, ... it's bad. Tracy replies, tell me what I can do to help if I can.
Go ahead and read the next page.
So continuing on January 13th, 2024 at 9:14 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, just come here for a break then with the kiddos and have a break. I just told your husband don't mess with my child. I want you to know, ... I meant that. He should not mess with you. He asked if it was a threat, ... and I said I just wanted him not to react, ... But that's only because I was watering down my words. Catherine replies, I know. I'm not sure what the phone call did. Catherine continues, I fucked up. He is so mad. Please don't call him. I'm sick to my stomach.
Okay, read the next page as well.
So continuing January 13th, 2024 at 10:06 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, just try to sleep. I won't call him. I'll just drive 9 hours and strangle him. Catherine replies, I know, ... Tracy then says, rest. Then Catherine replies, gonna shower and head to bed. Tracy says, good plan.
And the conversation continued on the next morning.
Correct. Next morning, January 14th, 2024, 8:29 p.m. Sorry, 8:29 a.m. Catherine texts Tracy, that's really upset that you quote unquote threatened him. He wants to call you and make sure that you back battle the S *** out of threatening him, ... Tracy replies, okay. Then Tracy says, fuck him. He can call. I will act innocent enough, but he doesn't have the balls to call me. Bet.
Okay. Based on that conversation, what did you learn about the relationship between the parties?
So based off of those texts, it appeared that Matthew and Tracy didn't have the best relationship. It also appeared that Catherine and Matthew didn't have the best relationship as well. Tracy is telling Catherine here that, you know, she doesn't want Matthew to mess with her daughter, and you know, to the point where she says, I'll drive 9 hours to strangle him.
Okay. I'd like to turn your attention to State's Exhibit 94, statement to admit State's Exhibit 94.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
And do you recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And what are these?
94.
Sorry. These are text message conversations between Tracy and Catherine again.
Okay, and what's the date on these ones?
In May 22nd, 2024.
Okay, so is this roughly 4 months later?
Correct.
Okay, if I could have you start with I hate my life.
So at 2:37 p.m., Catherine texts Tracy, I hate my life, Mom, ! I hate that I have kids with Matt. Tracy replies, I'm so sorry, honey. Catherine replies, me too. This is so bad right now, ! I hate him so much, ! Catherine then replies, call me if you can talk. Sorry, Tracy says, call me if you can talk. Catherine replies, I can't, ...
Okay, keep going.
Tracy texts Catherine, okay. Catherine replies, I can call you later, but right now Matt is being so unreasonable. Tracy replies, okay, all ready to board, ... I am early and all set. Catherine replies, yay, ! Catherine texts Tracy, Matt redacted all he said about you not being able to stay here. You're more than welcome here. Tracy replied, okay, I'm glad. I wanted to be able to see your babies and hang out and see you. And then Catherine says, I'll call you right back.
Okay. And statement moves in that State's Exhibit 95.
95. Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you. Made without objection.
State move to publish.
Wow.
Is it working?
I
Oh,
do.
sorry, it's up. Okay, what date is this of these messages?
So these are June 20th, 2024.
And why is that date significant?
That's significant because that's the day that Catherine left California to drive to American Fork in Utah.
Okay, if you could read that first text for me.
So Matthew texts Catherine at 6:12 p.m. It's 5:15 time for you to bring my kids home.
Okay, and why is that important?
That's important because it shows that Matthew didn't know that Catherine had left California.
Okay, and does Catherine text that back?
Yes, she does.
Okay, and what is that text then?
So Catherine replies at 6:16 p.m. First of all, I love you. It's been really hard lately because you're so mad every day. Your mom mentioned the other day that I should go to my mom's to give you some space. I called my mom to talk to her about it because I was crying and said that she insisted she rent me a car to come visit her. She said she will pay for everything we need for a week or so up there so that it's not making it harder for you. And I left the truck so you can work if you want to. It's in the Target shopping center by the O'Reilly off of Rancho Cal. I love you and want to help our family move forward and help you feel less stressed. We'll come home after you and I have a little bit of a breather.
Okay, and based on during your investigation, were you able to figure out who actually wrote that text?
Yes, I did.
And who actually composed, who composed that text?
So it appears that that text message was actually composed by Terrelyn Fisher, who sent it to Tracy Grist, who indicated that it was a good text, and they then sent it to Catherine, who then sent it to Matthew.
Okay, now I'd like to turn your, state would move to admit State's Exhibit 96.
Any objection?
What do you see, what is State's Exhibit 96?
So these are text message conversations. This is between this is between Catherine and Kevin Ellis.
Okay, the defendant?
Correct.
Okay, I'd like you to start on the first page on June 26th, if you could read that conversation.
So on June 26, 2024, at 11:59 a.m., Catherine texts Kevin, let me know when you need me to send you money. Kevin replied or liked that text message. And then Catherine texts, what day are you coming back? Wondering for Olaf.
And go ahead and read the next page.
So June 26, 2024 at 3:10 p.m., Kevin replies Friday late. Catherine says, okay, cool. Kevin replies, the tag is still active. Catherine says, really? Question mark, question mark. Kevin responds, if I have to rush back, I can make that happen. And then Kevin sends Catherine a screenshot image. And Catherine responds, okay, awesome. Thank you, Kevin, smiley face. And then Kevin replied by liking that text message.
State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 97.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
And what is that? What is that?
So this is a screenshot of a Apple AirTag device. And that was what was sent to to Catherine at on 6/26/2024 at 3:12 p.m.
Okay, why was this of any evidentiary value to you?
Later in the investigation, we determined that there was an air tag on Matthew's truck. From searching the phones, we were able to discover that Mr. Ellis had access to that air tag, and this is the image of what the air tag looked like. It was labeled truck, as it is in this picture, with the poop emoji, as it is in this picture. And so this is referring to their conversation where Mr. Ellis says the tag is still active.
So at some point you get Tracy's phone, is that correct?
That's correct.
And did you find anything of evidentiary value on Tracy's phone?
Yes.
What kind of stuff did you find?
Text message conversations, internet history, the AirTag on the Find My app. It was shared with Tracy. That sort of thing.
Did you find any audios of Catherine on Tracy's phone?
Yes, I did.
What audio did you find?
So there was a voice recording that I was able to determine was recorded by Catherine on her iPad. It was a recording between Catherine and a lawyer, and they were speaking about Catherine getting a divorce in Utah.
Okay. State would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 98.
Any objection?
No objection. And if I missed it, I'm sorry. Some foundation is today.
Do you know what date that audio recording was made?
Yes, I believe it was July 11th.
Okay.
2024.
Thank you.
Is that the exhibit, Mr. Watabe?
Yes.
Okay. You turn it up. Maybe you could put the microphone on.
It's connected line.
Was it? Is
It might get louder. I think this is.
All right.
The waiting music.
Okay, I think, I don't know what it is. I have no idea, I just ran downstairs and. I'm good, how are you? No, I have a lot. Yes. Did you move out or did he move out? I am technically not moved out, I am on vacation. Is he not on vacation? Yes. No, and that's because I'm so scared. And it's a lot of verbal abuse. He is the kid. I'm sorry. Just aggressively grabbing the kids. I don't know. Do you have financial help to get out? So I have my mother's house in Utah, and I don't want to go home. In Utah? Yeah.
Yeah, and also he left, and he wasn't. He could find something again. What you but unless he gives you permission, like for example, he just took me to the other sticker down. So you just go out with the kids and he's gonna go to Utah and come back. You get them established up there, get your school and get your life established there before he files anything or doing anything. Much harder to get you to come in.
So,
So that's who you want to be.
no, I do want to be in Utah. In Utah, it takes 3 months to establish residency as an adult, and then 6 months for a child.
If it lets you go, he doesn't file something in California to say, kid about moving to Utah, or help get them back. If he doesn't do that, absolutely, establish that that's where you're gonna be living, where the kids are living. And by the time you're really, kids come or you.
I don't think so. I think that he would. That he would demand that he come back. He's expecting me to drive home to walk. That's what this vacation was originally supposed to be, was a breather. And yes. So I've already been out there for 22 days. And if he doesn't agree to allow me to go, what would I do?
Then you're fine in California. You're going to have to, if you don't want to live, you don't.
No, I'm scared.
Then you're going to find a place. You're going to file work, but before you
I have a support system out here in Utah. That no, I don't. That's just too much. Because right now I'm low impact being here at the house and not having to pay a whole other house rent.
what kind of money does
He's about to get $7,000 a month.
and you get
His mother owns it. I know. He went through a huge IRS audit that lasted like 10 years because his son and did a hobby loss. And so we've been dealing with that for the last 10 years and he can't have anything in this one. He doesn't. Touche. There is a 350 truck that is in my name, and that's about it. No like trailers. Honestly, I just want my kids safe, and I want to be safe. He can have everything else. I know it doesn't work like that. But right. Wow. Okay. I think so. I don't know if he can be okay with that because then he was just control of them. And I feel like that's what he wants. He wants the control over them. That's a good question. I don't know that answer. Wow. No. No, he's been like a self-employed person for a while. So, no, it was, like I said, it was taxing that he was really close to opening a feed store and he lost too much money, trying to open it, and the IRS classified it as a hobby lot. Odd jobs that he could easily hide. Right. Right. I know there's $7,000 a month that you can't hide coming in. And that'll last for about 2 years. But that's not him actually working, it's a lease that he's signing. Somebody to lease out his property. The 41105, yeah. But if the lease agreement is signed in. Well, we're literally doing a lease agreement today and his, okay. So, sorry. Yeah. No. In California, it's so expensive.
Yeah, you got the dirt out situation.
Yeah, it's all verbal. He hasn't hit. He did like 12 years ago. Yes. Yeah. No, he's very strategic on how he plays it. We had an issue where we were at his family's house and we got into an argument and we got a cop call and somebody had to be taken down and me. And I got, this was, well, case dismissed in its entirety. This was, my daughter was 1, so it was 2018, March, April 2018. I got arrested and they ordered me to do 10 weeks of anger management class. And just like I might need to make it one time. I followed that in 13 weeks of anger management class when I went into the court and they said case dismissed in its entirety. No, it was literally case dismissed in its entirety. Wow. Yeah, that is a problem. and I can't do the fight from you.
You're in Utah. Fight. Well,
And if that's when I have to come back to California,
in court order, you can't come back. You wouldn't. You get served on court. Get your ass back.
but if I have nowhere to go and I would be homeless if I went out there, like if I went home tomorrow, you would be yelling at me and just thought that I went on this vacation and just blaming me for anything that is the problem. And our trucks have broken down recently, and he says it's all my fault because I use the truck too much. He's just unrealistic, is what I'm trying to say.
Tonight, yesterday, the yellow screen. Videos with for screaming in his face. Going. English in his face. Photos of laughed at him hold it in his ear. One of the other children, bunch of stuff yelling and screaming at God. So we have two judges, and understanding of restraining orders, unfortunately, yelling and screaming doesn't always work.
No, it's a lot of mental abuse and verbal.
There's no guarantee you're going to restrain order, but
Right, I have recording for 10 being verbally abusive to me. But they're, most of them are recorded in California without knowledge. Oh, fair.
now you're sitting there. There's black and 20 of your quotes, all sitting around enjoying coffee. There's no what we call regional expectation of right.
Okay,
But when you're recording on the phone, you're in your bedroom or in your house, you're going off. There's a reasonable expectation of privacy.
okay. Okay. Okay, so it would just be if I journaled it and wrote it down on the laptop.
It's a whole other again. They don't look at personal. Go back.
Yeah, I feel like that's like best case scenario.
Keeping a punching bag for your photographs. Yeah. Get out of California.
So, so he has to fully agree to extending it, or
He's not agreeing, but he doesn't do anything about it.
hypothetically, I'm walking downstairs and I hurt my wrist. And I said, right. Okay. Okay.
You can play that game with other people. We'll have your daughter go to school.
Okay.
He's not doing anything about it. The longer he does nothing about it, the better your chances of, hey, we've been for 4 months, 6 months. School, preschool, they're like, well, I've got a little problem with it, go down and all that's why I'm here. But he's been there long enough to establish it. School, school year. Great.
Okay. Okay. I know that, and that's why I had to talk to you, because I am. Like I said, lost.
I was just trying to figure out how to.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah. But I honestly feel it, it would get to that point that I don't know, if it's just be a push. I don't know if I'll come out of it.
Hey, I'd like to, it's, oh,
Yes, yes. I know. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
state would move to admit Stacy's Exhibit 99.
The objection,
No objection.
Exhibit 99 submitted.
And are you okay? Do you need a break? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, if you can tell me what this exhibit is.
Yes, this is a text message conversation between Catherine and Tracy again.
Okay, if
Catherine and Tracy.
Thank you.
you could start on the July 11th, 2024, 8:07 a.m. with the Matt doesn't want to drive out.
Yeah, so July 11th, 2024, 8:07 a.m. Catherine texts Tracy, Matt doesn't want to drive out. He's depositing money for me to rent a car.
Go ahead on the next page.
Tracy responds, nope. Well, we will just stay with you spraining your ankle and just keep putting him off. It's fine. Catherine replies, yep. If you deposit money, then I can use it to pay for the lawyer. And then she corrects that to he. And then Tracy replies, yes, sir. It would be $550 rental, $550 deposit, and $300 gas. And Catherine replies, I'll tell him. Tracy then says, plus ... You're gonna sprain your ankle soon ... Catherine responds, yes, ! He wants me to leave tomorrow, ! I have to make, quote, arrangements, unquote, for the car today.
And go ahead and read the next page.
Tracy replies, can't drive with that ankle, ! Catherine replies, exactly, ! Catherine then says, ouch, it hurts so bad, ! Tracy then texts, I'll find some crutches. I know we can wrap it and make it look swollen under the wrap. I need to shower and leave in 2 minutes. Catherine replies, DI has them. Catherine laughed at the text message where Tracy said, I know we can wrap it and make it look swollen under the wrap, with the laughing emoji. Catherine then texts Tracy later that day at 11 a.m. Tomorrow, Enterprise, 385 Main Street, American Fork, Toyota Corolla, 200 deposit, 182.33 rental is reserved. Pay in person with a debit card at 8 a.m. All paperwork must be Kate. Catherine then says, Matt just sent me that.
And okay, the next page.
Tracy replies, I would call them just to see if that is true, just to ask, but then ... sprained ankle. Catherine replies, right. Then Catherine says, thank God I have the appointment today. I'm sorry. Tracy replies, right. And then, by the way, that info doesn't seem accurate. Catherine replies, LOL, I said I'm sorry to the cat on talk to text. Then she says, right, he called and talked to the girl. Tracy responded with some emojis. Catherine then sends several laughing emojis and says, because I have an out-of-state driver's license, it has to be credit card, !
And the next page.
Catherine texts Tracy several more emojis. Tracy responds yes with several exclamation points. And then she says, fantastic. Wait until tomorrow to tell him, ! Catherine responds, duh, ! Tracy says, don't let him tell the kids. He will see them soon. Then Catherine responds, LMFAO, ! And then she also says, I know, with another emoji.
And then if I could have you turn to the next page and start with wow. State the time of what time this conversation is.
Yeah, so July 11th, 2024 at 9:49 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, "Wow, Matt is so annoying. Same blaming attitude. How do you even deal with that?" And Catherine replies, "It's hard. I'm so scared!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. Tracy responds, "I was tired. Sorry, went to bed." Catherine says, "It's okay. Shai is in bed, still is eating cereal." Then Catherine also says, "Gonna take him upstairs when he's done."
You read the next page.
So continuing July 11th, 2024 at 10:01 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine some sort of emoji or something. And Tracy says, "He's going to be so mad tomorrow." Catherine replies, "So mad!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. Catherine also says, "I'll be sure to record it!" Exclamation point. Tracy responds, "When he gets mad, you can tell him that you don't want to go home to all the repeating and blaming." Catherine replies, "Or should I just text it to him?" Exclamation point, question mark. And then she responds to the text that Tracy sent earlier that says, "When he gets mad, you can tell him that you don't want to go home to all the repeating and blaming." She responds to that text specifically with a 100 emoji. Tracy then says, "Either one." Catherine replies, "Okay."
And then is that next morning, July 12th, 2024 at 7:37 a.m. What is that text message?
So July 12th, 2024, 7:37 a.m. Catherine texts Tracy an image.
The state would move to mistakes exhibit 100 and publish.
You said 100?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, it is 100.
No objection. Thank you.
Is this a text message that Tracy sent to, or Catherine sent to Tracy?
Yes, that's the one sent at 7:37 a.m.
Okay, and if I could have you go to the next page and keep reading.
So Tracy texts Catherine on 7/12/2024 at 7:54 a.m. Excuse me. "Darn that rental place for not taking a debit card." Catherine responds, "I have to be more upset." Tracy says, "Rory's leaving at 9:30, I think. So if you wanted to go get her car and drive over there to the rental place and have a conversation so he can know if he talked to them that you physically went over there, and then just leave her car in the garage because she's leaving to go for her writing lessons in the morning." Tracy then says, "It might help your story if you say you were there and they said no." Catherine replies, "Okay." Tracy then says, "Also, you might call them and it's better for them to say, yeah, sorry, let me restart that." So Tracy says, "Also, ... you might call them and it's better for them to say, yeah, you were here and we couldn't rent the car." Rory's keys are on that fabric little keychain. I'm not sure where her spare is. Her keychain is usually in her little black bag on or her desk.
Okay, and on the next page, at there's an hour or so later. What time is that? If you could start there.
Yeah, so that is the same day, 7/12/2024 at 9:17 a.m. Catherine texts Tracy, "He's going to drive out." Tracy responds, "I'll call you." Catherine says, "Okay."
Okay, then another little hour later, what happened? What's the next message?
Then there's a text message from Tracy to Catherine, and it's an image.
The state would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 101.
No objection.
Thank you, so ordered.
And is this the image that Tracy sent to Catherine?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what is the image of?
It's of the AirTag location. It's showing in Temecula, California, and it has, the same label truck with that poop emoji identifying it.
And based on your, investigation, what is that an air tag of?
So that's the AirTag that was in Matt Restelli's truck.
Okay. You keep reading.
So 7/12/2024, 2:07 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, "I am meeting Kevin for sushi. The water is off in my studio, so I'm just going to come home and tackle that laundry room. I'll probably bring Rory home some edamame. They have other things like the teriyaki chicken, so we can bring teriyaki chicken or something else home for your kiddos this afternoon." And then she texts at 2:08 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, "Honey bunch, ... I really happy that Matt's gonna try. I'm a little nervous about it, but I hope that it works out because you have a sweet little family."
You can read the next page.
So continuing 7/12/2024, 2:08 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, "And I'm super happy he stopped drinking." Catherine replied with the heart emoji to the text Tracy sent reading, "Honey bunch, I'm really happy that Matt's going to try. I'm a little nervous about it, but I hope that it works out because you have a sweet little family." Catherine then texts Tracy, "Me too, exclamation point, exclamation point. I want us all to be happy together." Tracy replies, "That is literally the only thing I care about, ... I just have always appreciated that your husband loves you and loves your kiddos." Then Tracy also says to Catherine, "You just have to do your best too. I'm coming home so we can talk about it later. You really need to be invested in doing the best you can. I know you have been. I just love you so much."
Go ahead and read the next page.
So 7/12/2024, 2:19 p.m. Tracy texts Catherine, "Hey there, please let Matt know that he's welcome to spend the night if he's too tired after driving all day. I promise I'll stay away and I'll be as sweet as candy." Catherine replies to that with a text message saying, "Okay." Tracy texts Catherine, "Or else, if you guys want, I can give you $100 or so towards a hotel so you can stop if you need to." And Catherine replies, "Okay, I'll tell him." Tracy then says, "I'm not trying to get in your business at all. I just want him to know that if he needs to rest, he can rest at the house, or we can get a hotel room for you guys. Or maybe you could just start driving to go back home because you will not have driven all day the way he did." Tracy then says, "Even a hotel room in St. George might be okay. $200 for a hotel room I can handle as opposed to the rental car on the way back." And then Catherine responds, "Okay, on the phone with him now."
And the last text that they send.
Pull the mic a little closer.
Sorry. And then the last text.
The last text is from Tracy to Catherine, same day, 7/12/2024, 2:41 p.m. And she says, "Very good, ...
Okay. Is that the last text that they send between each other before Matthew Restelli is killed?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'd like to admit State's Exhibit 102.
Any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
And do you recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And what is it?
This is a call log from Catherine Restelli's cell phone.
Okay, and on this call log, are there calls to and from Catherine and Matthew Restelli?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and did you find anything of evidentiary value on Catherine Restelli's iPad?
Yes, on Catherine Restelli's iPad, she had several recordings. These recordings were phone conversations between herself and Matthew.
And when were they taken roughly?
From shortly after she left California all the way until July 12th.
Okay, on July 12th, do you know how many of those recordings were on that iPad?
I believe there was 6 to 7 of them.
Okay. I'd like to admit State's Exhibit 103.
No objections.
Thank you. So admitted.
And have you listened to these ones before?
Yes, I have.
And so do they go in chronological order? And have you figured out what times these were made based on the call log?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so is the first one that we're about to play, is that 8:55 a.m. that you believe?
Uh,
Or can we just stipulate it's 8:55 a.m.?
Yeah, you can leave.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay, I'd like to play States and Published 103.
Okay, so ordered.
Hey, I'm at a loss right now, man.
Okay, just chill out.
They won't rent me the car. She doesn't have money on her credit card.
Okay, so what you gotta do? Credit through Sam or somebody else, anybody?
Nobody has credit cards with that money on it.
How much money do you need?
I can't do it with my debit card because I have an out-of-state license.
Okay, so you need me to do, like, what do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, just chill out. Do you need to put money in a different? In your own card? Instead,
No, they need money.
so. You need me to put more money in your account?
No, because they won't rent it to me because I have a debit card and an out-of-state license plate, or an out-of-state driver's license. If I had an in-state driver's license and a debit card, they would do it. Like, they don't even care that I have a good driving record, they don't care that, like, I just rented with them 3 weeks ago.
Okay, but then obviously it doesn't matter, so.
Now I came back home to assess it.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm not gonna sit down there at the enterprise place as I'm like trying to figure out what to do. It's only 5 minutes away. I can go back down there.
Okay. We'll just take a deep breath, obviously.
Yeah.
This is never an answer, right?
No. I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
so, if your mom had money, like, how could she have money? How could she have money?
It's like $1,000. Well, she's had a hard week this week because the water kept being turned off, so she didn't make as much money as she would normally.
I know, I'm not trying to give you a time, I'm just.
I know you're not giving me a hard time. I'm explaining stuff to you as best as I can.
So you need to move that money from your account, take it out, put it in her account.
I don't know if that would work.
In the account.
Huh?
You may go and look up more money in your account. And then send it all over to your mom's account. Just put the car in her name.
No, because then I can't drive it.
Well, she leaves with it. See, she leaves with
But
it.
if there's any problem on the way home, I'm fucked. If there's any sort of hiccup on the way home, I'm fucked. I understand that. I don't want to be fucked on the way home and being like, oh, well, where's Tracy? It's like, oh, she's not here. Huh? Yeah, yeah, she would have to return that. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because she would have to return the car. Wow.
Think about 250, she's probably not that far.
Really?
Well, I mean, I guess, I don't have a true permit, though, so I can pull over right now. So.
Well, how much is registration? Can you get it registered?
I'm just like, it's just terrifying to me because I can't even start with a link for a store right now. So I have to pay her down still in like 5 days, 6 days. So like, I'm just trying to juggle this. At the same time, I'm trying to juggle the, it's pushing.
And then it just sounds like we don't have money right now. We just gotta wait a little bit more for until we have more money. Well, no, because we need the gas card to stay on for the drive home. But it would only be a solid day of you being gone. I don't know. I feel like we just need to make it a better plan. I feel like we need to do a little bit more research. I know, and I was ready, and they said, "Oh, a debit card and an out-of-state license? No, that doesn't work."
That's what I asked her.
Well, she obviously doesn't know.
And then there's their policy, she can't approach anything.
Right, because it's a fucking $50,000 car.
Oh,
I know, I feel the same way.
just so I can hear the truck and the stuff with there. It has a little willy. I'm like, sitting there terrified that I'm gonna bring down the intersection still. Like, towing trailers and just trying to get this done. It's just killing me right now. It's not really about me right now to say this. It's just hard, you know?
I get it.
Straps, like I've just been like busting my ass. I've been trying to force the shoulder.
Yeah. I did what I could today. That's a big ass. What about your mom?
It just sucks that I have to go all that fucking Orange County to try to.
Yeah.
I would actually ask them probably to drive out here and drop it off.
Right.
Someone in the neighborhood.
You can't just roll the dice with the truck. It's that fucking sketchy.
I can call them, but just the thing is, here's what's going on. If I call the over and ask for the moving permit, they're saying like he's gonna find out soon that they got the keys deal, and he might not be ready for me, but it's still my customer first, and I'm trying to avoid too much involvement, like too much desperation with the neighbor right across the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sick to my stomach.
Well, I mean, we have insurance. I wouldn't even. If I did that, I would basically be on for 20 hours. So.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. What happened? What happened? Shia, what happened? What happened? Then you can come back. You're throwing his phone? You're not gonna yell at me though. Do not throw the phone, do not throw the phone because I will take away your iPad for the day. Do not give me a grumpy face. No, I am trying to figure stuff out today. Please don't do this. Be kind. Be kind. I don't know. I think it was also. No, it was the water being turned off that really threw the wrench in the gears. It's a big ask. Okay. Okay.
Okay, statement moved to admit State's Exhibit 104.
Objection.
So admitted.
Is this another phone call where she calls him back at 9:07 a.m.?
Yes, it is.
State would move to publish 104.
Okay. Stop. Like they stop. We'll go on YouTube. Why are you yelling at me? Sorry, I was taking out my earbud and